Back in 2018, we took our first steps into the European fishing tackle market, opening 3 new websites. New connections started to emerge, and one of those was Gio Vanhooren from the Monkey Climber magazine. He kindly invited us over to Belgium to spend one night's fishing on his syndicate lake. So back in the early summer, we headed off on our Belgium road trip. After a pretty smooth journey, including a fair few hours in the car with Hassan, we arrived at the gates where we were greeted by Gio and Claudia Darga.
Hi, how are you, man?
With the hellos complete, Gio took us on the lap of the lake, talking us through some of the likely looking areas. He also showed us 2 of the lake's monster bream that he'd caught just a few hours earlier.
They are mega bream. I would not want to catch them, boys.
With the bream released, we chose our swims and started to unload the van and get our tackle sorted.
Right, so we've just turned up to the beautiful Monkey Climber Syndicate Lake. We've met up with the legend that is Gio, and we've had a quick lap around the lake to see exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to approach it. We've chosen swims. By right, ladies first, we've given Claudia the first shout at which swim she's going to go in. She's going to go down the far end. There's plenty of fish showing to her left and right, so fingers crossed she can nick one early doors. Myself and Widget are going to double up in the middle swim, and Ollie's going to fish the nearest swim to the car park. However, I'm going to do the right thing again and let Widget get his stuff sorted, and I'm going to start the day by doing a bit of stalking. So I'm going to go round the far bank, bait a few areas. I've got a little scope rod ready in case any of those fish start feeding on those spots. I can drop a lead on them and hopefully nick a bite. Other than that, I've got a few mixers and a floater rod with a bolt machine controller and a little glued on pop-up ready to go, because apparently Gio says they like a mixer in here, and despite the fact it doesn't look it now, the sun's meant to come out. Fingers crossed I can get some feeding off the top. So I'm going to be mobile, ultra stealthy, and hopefully nick a bite. The rest are going to get settled in their swims. We'll see exactly who can bag their first Belgian carp.
Well, after what has felt like an absolute age, we are finally in our corresponding pegs. Hassan has gone off and decided to stalk some fish. He's seen a few fish on the top, so he's going to do a bit of surface fishing. I've opted for the middle of the lake after Claudia has picked the end to my left, who's left Oliver up the other end, finding his own spots. But I'm eager to get the rods out. This trip has been planned for a long while, and I'm mega excited to finally wet a line in a Belgian water. So the first plan of attack for me is going to be nothing different to what I do when I'm at home. So a standard zig rig, I've got 8 foot in front of me, so I'm going to fish 6 foot zigs, and the setup is absolutely no different. So a naked tail rubber onto a 3-ounce lead, standard lead clip with an XL anti-tangle sleeve just to kick it away on the cast. 6 foot of fox zig and floater line down to a very simple zig liner from Fox. I've gone for a red zig liner with black foam, just a bit of fleck of colour in the red, might produce a bite. I'm going to go all black on the other one. So that's going to be my plan for the first few hours anyway, at least until we settle down properly, get 2 zigs out, assess the situation, and then we'll make new plans from there if nothing happens. It didn't take long for Hassan to hook into one, and it was soon clear his stalking approach was spot on. And despite weeding him up and a few nerve-jangling moments, even including him getting into the water fully clothed, eventually his first Belgian carp slipped over the net cord.
Yeah! Come on! Oh, well done, mate. Alright, mega. Right, edited version. That is quality. Top quality. What a scrap, what a fish. Mate, that was mega.
Well done, mate.
Need me up?
Look at me, mate. I'm in my pants, you were in your pants last time.
That's a cracker as well.
Lovely. That looks awesome.
And here he is, my first ever Belgian carp. 21 pounds an ounces, but it doesn't matter. It's a beautiful, dark, scaly mirror. I said in the van I was going to go around, try and create a quick bite with a stalking opportunity, and I managed, if he'll behave, to find a few fish just feeding in the corner, not too far from your spot, Claudia.
Slightly.
I kept feeding mixers, I got them competitively feeding, and this one fell for a little trimmed down mixer. An unbelievable fight, through weed beds, I had to jump in the lake, didn't get my hair wet luckily, and I'm over the moon with it. Massive thanks to Gio, Monkey Climate and everyone, and let's hope we can all get stuck into a few. Thank you so much. Mega. Belgian waffles, Belgian chocolate, you can keep it. I'll take Belgian mirrors.
Well done, mate.
Well, what a mega result for Hassan. I'm super chuffed for him. To see him catch his first Belgian carp, be there with him and watch the excitement has just put everyone in the best of spirits, and we all now want a piece of that. And hopefully I'm going to change up and it's going to be my turn next. So what that has noticeably done is spooked the fish out, and I'm not seeing as many fish on the surface, and the wind has really picked up as well. So the zigs are coming off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find myself a couple of spots and get some Ronnie rigs on there. The rig needs absolutely no introduction. It's the same lead clips I had with my zig fishing. All I've done is change the hook link, which is a 15 pound IQ hook link, a tungsten bead to counterbalance a 15mm pop-up, and a size 6 curved shank presented on the Ronnie rig style. So the mix I'm going with is very simple. It's Hinder's Little Gems, a few bits of grains of corn, some chopped boilies, some whole boilies, and I might even add a handful of maggots in there as well. I've been told that that is rather productive in this lake, so it would be stupid to ignore some inside information. So that's what's going to happen now. We're going to get those pinged out, get a bit of bait random, and hopefully it's going to be my turn to catch one of them rather special Belgian carp.
So after that early success, the pressure is somewhat off for me. There's been a wholesale change in conditions. I don't know if you can hear, but the wind's got up, become a little bit more overcast and just generally feels cooler. That's knocked the fish off the surface and definitely displaced fish around the lake. So what I'm going to do is, instead of stalking, I'm going to set my stall out for the evening, hopefully nick a bite in the evening or early in the morning. So I'm going to go and fish across to the far margin with standard bottom bait rigs, a little trimmed dumbbell, a little pop-up that's been gooed up with pineapple and squid goo and tipped with some maggots. And I'm going to feed over the top a real simple mix of hemp, maize and chopped boilie. And hopefully that more bait and weight approach with the conditions changing will play into my hands and I'll manage to get a couple more bites.
Despite the weather conditions, Claudia found herself in a slightly more sheltered area of the lake, and with a bit of patience, perseverance, she also managed to get a few fish feeding on the surface. Like Hassan earlier, it didn't take long before she was hooked into her first Belgian carp.
Well, despite us changing to bottom baits and getting settled for the evening, Claudia's swim, this glorious Belgium summertime, she's taken full advantage and she's managed to hook one off the top. Very weedy, she's done really well to get fish feeding competitively, managed to hook one, and fingers crossed, number 2 Belgian carp of the trip graces the bank. Does it feel like a good one?
I don't know. Right now it's
Right in that corner.
it's
Yeah, it is a bit
strange.
further on. It feels a bit strange? You're in good
Yes.
contact with it though?
even the
Have we got a net?
rod is very yeah.
That's a nice one.
Are you having a go at my rod there, Claudia? What's wrong with my rod?
It's just like very light and soft,
Yes.
and I never.
Oh, it's a
fished on the
lovely fish.
surface. First fish on
See,
the
we
surface
teach-
and first fish in Belgium.
We teach you UK methods all the time. Yeah! Well done.
Thank you so much, guys.
That is
Wow.
mega. He's a right fat little porker.
Oh, hello,
He's
buddy.
beautifully old, mate.
Lovely.
Well done, man. First fish off the top. Good
Yes.
skills. That is a proper oldie worldy banger. That's a good fish. That's bigger than mine.
That's a good, very good fish.
Well, Claudia, what do we have here?
My first Belgian carp.
What a fish. How did you catch it?
On the surface the first time, thanks to you guys. I never fished before on the surface, so first time.
UK styles all the time. Mega piece of angling that was. Good fight?
Yeah, very good fight. Very nice. I even did not recognize that the float was gone.
Unbelievable on the surface on a mixer. What a scrap and what a old dark warrior of a fish. That is absolutely brilliant. And for a first fish from Belgium, you couldn't ask for any more. You gonna get another one?
Of course, I hope. Let's start again.
Boys, we have just left Claudia Swim. I don't know what witchcraft is going on there, but it appears that every carp in the Monkey Climber Syndicate is in her water. Yeah. But we're into the evening, we've got our spots established, we've got bait on our spots. Yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm pretty confident. Left-hand rod, I could not have placed any better.
Yeah, you were happy with that, weren't you?
Really happy. So that's the one potentially looking for, and it's the closest one to Claudia as well. So.
Another one's just boshed in Claudia's water.
Ollie sits here in no carp corner.
I'm in no carp bay, yeah, so I'm not too...
But there is a lot more weed prevalent in Claudia's water, and with darkness coming, do you think they're going to push out and come into your water, mate?
I hope so. I hope there's the odd straggler that comes up this
I
end.
think they'll be up here tomorrow morning.
I hope
a couple of good
so.
spots. I used the boat today. I think we both got out in the boat and had a little look about. And there's some nice spots. It's a very sandy bottom.
Yeah.
And where the fish have fed, you just can't miss the spots.
No, they're pretty blatant, aren't
yeah,
they?
They are, yeah.
Well, hopefully you guys can get your first Belgian carp. We've got some mega food put on by Gio's mate. For the life of me, I can't remember his name, but he's a top geezer because he's coming down. He is an actual chef. That is mega. It's okay not to pay and have a chef. So Gio's sorting that out. Claudia's sorted, and we're just about to go live in about, I don't know, 45 minutes time. So should be a good evening. No doubt there'll be some more Belgian hospitality.
Hopefully a live bite.
And a live bite or two.
Not from my end.
Mate, I genuinely wish both of you in the morning have slings ready to go with a Belgian carp each.
Well, we've certainly worked for it. So
yeah,
we'll
exactly.
see what happens.
I've gone for a bit of a strange order, I know. Don't judge me on that. I've gone cheese on top of vegetables, pickles, and then the meat at the bottom. Do you want any sauce on it, Claudia? Maybe some Dallas?
That is good, that is.
Dallas sauce?
That is very good.
Claudia, do you want some Dallas sauce?
Yes. Sounds lovely.
It's banned in many countries, but it's okay in Belgium, so... Oh my... What is Dallas sauce?
Wow. I had no idea that you are cooking.
Well, Claudia, I'm a man of many talents. I think that I owe you a burger because I may have poached your swim, so I'm just doing it to make up, really. And then on the next Euro trip we go on, I can poach that as well. An even spread, so you get the corners, because you don't want dry corners. You do not want dry corners. I'll just completely butcher it for me. Oh my God.
It's my burger, right?
I'm glad it's your burger, because I don't know what am I meant to do with that.
Wait, it's...
What am I meant to do with that now? Oh my God.
And now just...
No salad? Just put it on?
Just put it on, it's enough.
Someone take that away from me. Put it in a Ridge Monkey grill, get it away from me. What are you doing with that?
Why?
What do you mean? It's got mayo on it and relish sauce. It's going in a Ridge Monkey now to be warm.
Yours is already done.
Oh, you're an absolute boy.
Come on.
Is that mine?
Yeah, that's yours.
That's yours.
What have you put in that?
I'm quicker than you.
Mate, that is proper. That is proper Belgium tucker, mate. Bring on the waffles, bring on the chocolate. It's going to be a proper night.
The evening passed without incident, but we had some good food and a great social before we headed off to bed for the evening, hoping and dreaming that in the morning one of us would have banked another fish. And luckily, we weren't disappointed.
Yep. After an uneventful night for everyone else, Claudia has done it again. She is the star of the show with, officially, Gio, the Star Common, mate.
Yep.
26 pounds and a few ounces, but irrelevant. Jet black, stunning fish, great angling. It's not been the same story for the rest of us. I fluked one out of her swim. These boys unfortunately haven't got one. We've got to rush back to get a shuttle, but before we do so, a massive thank you to Gio for the hospitality, for letting us on the lake, mate. It's a mega place. We will definitely be back, and definitely back for another Euro trip. Thank you very much. Claudia has smashed a fish.
Wait.
Oh.